What is going on, everybody? It's Stas here, and in this video, we're going to be doing an overall market update, taking a look at the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ. We're also going to be doing a trading update, talking about what I did today in the markets, as well as some stocks and ETFs that I'm watching and looking to trade right now in the month of December of 2019. Tesla stock being one of them. As you read in the title, I can see Tesla potentially going to $390 per share, and I do want to break that down in this video, as well as why I still believe natural gas in general is bearish right now. So all I ask from you before we get into these topics is, if you enjoy the video, you find value in the video, simply go down below and gently demolish that like button, and consider subscribing if you want to see further content from me. And if you want to be further connected with the Strive Smart community, the Discord link's down below, the Facebook link is down below, and don't forget, Webull is running a promotion where if you sign up through my link down below and deposit $100, you get two free stocks valued up to $1,400. So without further ado, guys, let's hop into it and talk here about the S&P 500, ticker symbol SPX, and what the overall markets did today. So we all know yesterday we got a partial trade agreement between the U.S. and China. And let me pull up my photo app very quickly. I took a screenshot of this article that talks a little bit about what this trade entails. So the deal includes Chinese purchases of grains and other farm products, and a commitment to crack down on patent piracy and other measures. In return, the U.S. agreed to reduce tariffs on $120 billion in products to 7.5% from 15%. That reduction will take effect 30 days after the agreement is signed, and the agreement is being signed, guys, in January. The new tariffs that were supposed to take into effect this Sunday, December 15th, they will no longer be going into effect. So that's kind of some news regarding the situation here, and we all know at this point, like I've been mentioning in these videos, the trade war, U.S., China, everything that's been going on, it's been weighing on the market, causing a lot of uncertainty. So pretty much when we got that agreement yesterday after hours, the SPY, which tracks the S&P 500, it was up, I believe, like 0.4% after hours. But you can see here today, guys, believe it or not, we hit an all-time high. But ever since that point, from that all-time high at 3182 on the S&P, we sold off quite aggressively, breaking the trend momentarily here. But ultimately, we ended up closing pretty bullish, in my opinion, right, at a higher low from the previous in terms of yesterday's low at around 3150. And we held that 180 SMA support here on the 5-day 5-minute, which is a really good sign in my eyes, as well as that 50 SMA and that EMA, as you guys can see right here, the EMA being the light blue line, the 50 SMA being that green line. So all in all, it seems like the markets, in a way, they kind of bought up the rumor and then ultimately sold the news here a bit. But again, we closed on a strong note, which is good. If we go to the Dow, it's pretty much flat, as well as the S&P, up $3 at the close, up 0.01%. Nothing crazy, but same thing. We kind of bought up the rumor here, yesterday into today. Well, it really wasn't a rumor today, but we ended up selling after that, peak at that 28,290 all-time high, closed at a higher low, and nice hold above that 180 SMA. So overall, guys, the Dow, the S&P, they're still looking bullish in my opinion. The all-time highs in both of those, that's a pretty good sign here in these markets short term, at least for the bulls out there, right? The NASDAQ ended up going up 30 points today, up 0.35%. And you can see, if we zoom in a bit here on the daily chart, we hit an all-time high, actually pre-market hours here on the futures at around 85.49. And if we zoom out a bit to that 5-day 5-minute chart, you can see the gap up that we saw a couple of days ago We've consolidated there. Or was that yesterday, guys? Yeah, that was yesterday. This was after hours, right? The gap up, we ended up riding there a bit and pretty much selling off into the market open and kind of consolidating ever since that point. So overall, NASDAQ, S&P, Dow, although they didn't do a lot today, they still pretty much all hit all-time highs. The markets were up on this good news involving the trade war here, the trade deal, and the negotiations. So that's leaving the market pretty bullish in my eyes heading into this weekend. And I'd love to know what you guys have to think down below there in the comment section. Will this market continue hitting all-time highs? Will China hold their end of the bargain here? Hopefully they do, right, in terms of what they have to do with agriculture and so forth, because that's what's going to hold this little negotiation, or rather this little deal, and potentially further deals coming, right, and keeping this stuff, in line. So let me know again down below, what do you think about that? Now let's talk about what I ended up doing today in terms of my trading. If you guys have been following the channel for a while, or really just for the past couple of days here, you know that I have been in not as many swings as normal because, again, the market's uncertainty, trade deal, all that good stuff, trade war rather. But now that we have some more certainty, now I'm looking to buy more next week. But I didn't actually buy anything today. All I did was trade PayPal, and this is one that I was actually swing trading, ticker symbol PYPL. And if we zoom in a bit here, we can see it had a very good day today, right? Up $2, up 1.87%. And like I said, if you've been following me for the past couple of days, you know that I've been in PayPal since around $104.30. And what did I mention in that video and in yesterday's video? I said how I'm looking to trim some profits at around $108, trim some off the top there, and maybe ride up, add more money at around $108 for the next sell point, which would be at around $112. So I stuck to my plan and I trimmed off some profits off the top here today on PayPal at around $107.70, right around this peak, as we were getting again to that resistance at around $108. And this is pretty much just to lock in some profits before the weekend, because the truth is, guys, I didn't expect it to run up this fast, right? I literally got into this swing 2 days ago, and today we had again a very strong performance in PayPal. So the fact that it ran up so quick here, I wanted to take off some profits just to lock it in. And since I have a buffer on the remaining shares, I feel comfortable holding those over the weekend. And if anything, if we drop on Monday, down here at maybe 105, whatever it may be, I can still sell out for a profit there, again, having that buffer. So I feel comfortable. Ideally, we gap up, we continue this rally. I sell the remaining shares at around 112. That would be ideal. And who knows, I might add even more money at around 108 to pop up again to that 112 spot. And as a swing trader, guys, I like to lock in profits as much as I can and look for that re-entry or look for that place to add more money. So again, in PayPal, 108 is going to be that very, very that area where I'll add more money or end up rejecting, or if it gets rejected, that's where I'll end up locking in the remaining profits. So I'm looking to see what happens, heading into this upcoming week. ATV is another one that I'm swing trading. Did not lock any profits on this one, guys, because honestly, I think it has a lot more room to run, and I'm looking to hold this one for at least a couple of weeks here. And if we go to that 3-year chart, we can see how much potential it has, up to that $62 level. We can see from 56 up to 62, that's around a 12% margin of profit. And if you guys have been following the videos, I got in yesterday. I believe it was around here, $57.30 on the very bullish open, right? The very big gap up, the very bullish break above that resistance at around $57. That's what prompted me to get here into ATV here. And into the weekend, guys, I'm up not that much. I'm up around, let's see, from 57.40-ish. I'm up around 1.7% here, so I feel comfortable holding that over the weekend, no doubt about it. Having that buffer and the fact that we held above that EMA here on the 4-hour chart, and overall it seems like we closed pretty strong here. That's another reason why I feel comfortable continuing to hold this and why I didn't lock in those profits. So overall, that's what I did today, guys. I almost got into Shopify, but I missed it, to be honest, guys. Shopify is one that we'll talk about here in a couple of minutes. It did extremely well today. We called it out in yesterday's video, but I did not enter quite yet, but I'm still watching it. It's on my watch list over these next couple of days for sure. So let's break down Tesla here, TSLA, and talk about how it's at a point where we could be potentially going to $390. And people were laughing at me, the short sellers at least. I know a lot of you agree with me, on the channel in the comment section, but I had a couple of people telling me, why were you buying Tesla on this dip? What are you doing? This is the time to sell, not buy. But now, fast forward a week, 2 later, you guys can see why I was buying Tesla, because this is exactly what I was waiting for. But I'm actually not in Tesla. That's the thing, right? I actually bought it in here, like I mentioned, and I sold out, a couple of days ago. I forget exactly where I sold out, but now I'm looking to re-enter, right? I'm still bullish on Tesla, even though I sold out. Like I mentioned with PayPal, I like locking in profits as we move up, just to be conservative, just to be safe. Then I look for re-entry points, and right now is that time when I'm looking for a re-entry point, where I'm looking for a re-entry point on Tesla, right? So 360, as you guys guessed, probably that's what I need to see on a technical basis here for me to, get into Tesla. I need to see a break above 360, 365. And the fact that on this 20-day chart, we can see, we're maintaining the uptrend, the 50 SMA at a higher low heading into the weekend. That is one good sign, right? So ideally, if we continue this uptrend, Monday should be a day where I'd likely enter Tesla, right? Because if we gap up, again, continue this uptrend, confirm that higher low on the 50 SMA by breaking out above 360, that could be the entry point I want. So I'm going to set an alert here at around $362 on Tesla. We'll just do maybe 363 just to give it some more room to push up before getting that alert. So 363, if we break that level, that's where I'm probably looking to add, more money into Tesla, or rather add a swing position into Tesla here. And why am I saying to $390? Because if we zoom out a bit, you guys can see that is the all-time high here on Tesla. We were trading in this range between 200 and 260 back in 2014, 15, 16. Then we rallied all the way up to 390, nearly $400. We were trading in that level. We all remember the sell-off a couple months ago down to 180. Now we're back to that point where we're looking to hit 360 and break up to retest that next all-time high. And think about the way Tesla has been trading, guys. We were in, again, this range from 200 to 260 for a couple of years. Now we've been in this range for a couple of years, and who knows, if this trend continues, we get more profits from Tesla. Let's say the Model Y starts to sell very well, Model 3 continues to crush it out of the park, revenues continue to grow like crazy. We may be pushing up to the next level where we might consolidate for a couple of years, and that may be in the $400 to $500 to $600 range. Not saying that's going to happen overnight here. I'm talking about maybe in the next 1, 2, 3 years. That's the next level we get to. So now with that, with that theory that could potentially happen, we can make money in the short term here on a swing where, again, from 360 to 390, we could capitalize on about 6 to 7%. And that's a move that I could really see happen here in the next couple of weeks to the next month or two, if Tesla remains bullish. And again, it will remain bullish in my opinion, if we break 360, 365 on a technical basis. And that's why I do, again, have that alert here at around 363. So overall, those are my thoughts here on Tesla stock, TSLA. I think it is due for more, in the tank to rally more, guys, because again, that long-term chart does show the break potential here, the breakout potential here on Tesla. And again, we've been in this zone for 3-4 years at this point. It is time soon in the next year or two for us to rank above $400 on Tesla. And again, I think it could get there if we get more profitable quarters, more certainty around these cars, and who knows, the Cybertruck, when it starts selling in a couple of years, that could push more and more profits and revenue. So these are some things I'm thinking about for Tesla stock here. Another one I want to talk about that you saw in the title is natural gas, and on a technical basis, it is still bearish, guys. Today we got a 2-cent red day, down about 0.9%. We had a report yesterday of around a 78 billion cubic feet withdrawal of natural gas, and over the past 5 years, the inventory of natural gas, I believe it's right in line right now with what the 5-year average is, but compared to last year, we have a lot more production of natural gas right now, and that coupled with the mild weather, the warmer weather than normal that we've been experiencing, that is why the trend of natural gas has been down over this past couple of weeks, right? And again, the report yesterday was bearish, right? Pretty bearish, in terms of the BCF withdrawal there. And the technicals are not lying, right? The technicals are still bearish. Actually, today, you guys can see we failed yet again to break out of that 180 SMA here on the January futures contract in terms of natural gas. As you can see here, we failed to break out of that. That was at about what? Actually yesterday, after the market closed, heading into the nighttime here in the East Coast, that's when we took this dump. And really this morning at around 8 a.m., 6 to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard, that's when we consolidated, started to run back up to retest that 180 SMA, but you guys can see we did not break out of it. So like I said in yesterday's video, I'm going to keep sticking to this. As long as we're trending below these moving averages, this thing is bearish. This thing is downtrending. But like I said yesterday, in the next couple of days, we are expecting colder weather. So Sunday, I'm interested in seeing what the futures are going to look like in terms of whether or not natural gas will gap up, gap down, because that's going to tell us a lot heading into this week of trading, next week of trading, heading into Monday's session. So if we go to UGAZ, we can see down 5% today, down 41 cents, and just like natural gas, it's still downtrending. And of course, DGAZ, it's uptrending, right? This could potentially be a dip buy if we get that rejection on natural gas Sunday into Monday. So I'm keeping this one on my watch list as being the more favorable ETN, in my opinion, to trade, at least in the short term based on those technicals. But again, those colder weather models that are coming in over these next 10 days, those could impact the price of natural gas, which is putting us in a sticky, weird situation, which leads back to my point of waiting until Sunday, Monday to see what happens, and then we can base our decision of which one we're picking in terms of UGAZ, DGAZ, based on that heading into Monday morning. So another stock that I'm watching other than, these natural gas ETNs is going to be back to that Shopify stock, ticker symbol SHOP. And this one, guys, has been so hot, right? We called it back a couple of weeks ago on this double bottom at 287. Ever since then, and the breakout above the 180 SMA, this thing has been breaking above resistance after resistance after resistance and crushing it, guys. This one's been crushing it. And yesterday, we talked about it in the video as it being a pretty bullish close, closing above 372, if you guys remember, right? If we pull up that 5-day, 5-minute, you can see we dropped heavily. At this point, I was thinking we may sell off even further, but the fact that we held 365, I mentioned this in yesterday's video, from the previous couple of days, that was a very, very strong support. That was a good hold. And the fact that we closed up above 370 being that resistance, also, that was a good close, a bullish close. So now that we saw the rocket up this morning, this would have been a good entry for me, but again, I missed it, being completely honest here, and we rallied up all the way to 390. So comment down below if you guys actually caught Shopify today. That was a move of around 5%, but either way, guys, I'm still looking to enter this one on this cool off that we're seeing. We hit 390, we pulled down to 385 heading into the close. Hopefully Monday we get a pull down to 380. retest that level as a new support, and there is where I'd look to enter Shopify on the dip. The RSI will probably be attractive there, probably in the 50 range, and yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on Shopify. I'm definitely looking to ride this trend, just like we say in swing trading, don't fight the trend in terms of a downtrend, don't enter on a downtrend, but we look for ones that are going up, right? We like to ride the trend. So the trend's up here. I'm looking to get in on the dip. As long as the uptrend's holding, I'm looking to get into Shopify here. So another one that I'm watching, let me pull up my notes here, a couple that I'm watching. Starbucks, and again, we'll talk more about these on Sunday's video. If you guys don't know, every Sunday I break down about 10, 15 stocks I'm watching and my thoughts on the market for the upcoming week. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. But we'll talk about a couple in this video just to get them out there for you guys. So Starbucks breaking above moving averages, 50 SMA cross above the 180 SMA, that's known as the golden cross. This is looking bullish, primed for a reversal in my opinion. Ulta is another one that we haven't talked about on this channel for a couple of days, but I've been watching it low-key over the past couple of months, ever since we dropped aggressively after that. I think, what was that, the Q2 earnings, Q3 earnings, whatever it was. We dropped aggressively, consolidated there, but now we just got a positive earnings, right? After this earnings report, we actually skyrocketed from 230 up to 260, making this pretty bullish in my eyes now. We're finally trending above moving averages, EMA, 50 SMA, 180 SMA, so definitely worth watching here, especially if we pull down to, let's say, 245. That could be a dip buy here on Ulta. Another one is NEO, guys. NEO is prime for a breakout right here, in my opinion. Like I mentioned in yesterday's video, over the past couple of videos, $2.40 on NEO is the level that we need to break before we could get up to 270. So the fact that we closed below that level, it's not too good of a sign, but either way, we're holding the uptrend. We had a 12-cent day today, up 5%. That's really strong in my eyes. So I really don't see a problem here with NEO continuing this push, right? We break above 240 next week. That could be a very bullish sign and an opportunity to enter, in my opinion. So overall, those are all the stocks that I had to talk about in this video. Let me know down below, what are your thoughts on Tesla? I'd love to know, because this is one of those stocks that's argued a bunch in the community. There's a lot of bears out there. There's a lot of bulls out there, which is why when I make a Tesla video or talk about it in a video, I get some dislikes. I get some hate in the comments. You know, I love it hearing your guys' opinions. So let me know down below about that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like. Consider subscribing if you want to see further content from me. The Strive Smart Discord group chat's linked down below. The Facebook group's linked down below. And don't forget to claim your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 on Webull. Simply deposit $100 using my link. I also get 1 free stock, by the way, being completely transparent, but at the end of the day, it's free money, and that's linked up down below. And yeah, enjoy your weekends, guys. Have a fantastic time with your family, whatever you're doing. Let me know again down below, what are your thoughts on everything. I'll see you in Sunday's video. Actually, I'm uploading a video tomorrow. You'll see how much I spend in a week in New Jersey as a stock market trader. That's the title of the video, so watch out for that. It's coming tomorrow. I'll catch you all in that video and in Sunday's video. Peace out.